These cookies taste better than the ones that your grandma used to make. Hi friends, my name is Christina. I'm with DessertsOnADime.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make really easy old-fashioned butterscotch cookies. Now, even if you don't like butterscotch, you are gonna love these cookies. They are great for Christmas or any time of the year. Let's get cooking, friends.
For today's recipe, you're going to need a medium-sized to a large mixing bowl and a hand mixer. I'm using the KitchenAid hand mixer, and I have both of these linked below. We're going to cream together butter and sugar. We're going to start with 1 cup of butter. This has been softened at room temperature, so it almost makes it a little difficult to take it out of the package because it's so soft. When you cream butter and sugar together, you want to make sure that butter has been softened completely. Add the butter to the bowl, and then we're going to add a 1/2 cup of sugar and a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and then 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. A quick tip, when you're measuring your brown sugar, make sure you pack it into the measuring cup so that way you get an accurate measurement. If you're new to creaming together butter and brown sugar, all that means is that we're going to mix them together very well so that way they form a nice thick consistency. This is just to ensure that we have the best cookies ever, and it's very important to do this before we add anything else. You also want to make sure that you scrape down the sides in the middle of the creaming of the sugar with the butter, so that way you're making sure that sugar gets all incorporated. You'll know when it's done because it is mixed together and it looks like you could just eat it with a spoon, and you'll not see any brown sugar or sugar divided. Now we're going to add in 2 eggs, 1 at a time. After we add the 1 egg, we're going to go ahead and you can mix it with your mixer or by hand to incorporate that egg in. Be careful not to overmix. You just need to do a quick mix, make sure it's incorporated, and then we can add in the other egg. After the eggs are combined, we're going to add in 2 1/4 cups of flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now this is when you want to switch and not use your hand mixer anymore, and you want to mix by hand. So today I'm going to use my spatula so that way I can get the sides cleaned, and we're going to gently mix it by hand. Make sure that you don't over mix. You want to mix it to where it just combines and everything is stirred together. Over mixing though will completely ruin your cookies, so make sure you stop as soon as it's combined. Don't forget that you can get the full recipe at DessertsOnADime.com, or you can find the recipe linked in the description below. It's time to add the butterscotch chips. Today we're going to use 2 cups of butterscotch chips. I also like to keep my chips cold when I'm making my cookies, just so that way they don't melt as quickly in the oven. You're going to use your spatula to gently fold them in, so that way you're not over mixing. And then it's time to bake. We have already preheated our oven to 350 degrees, and today I'm using a non-stick baking sheet and a cookie scoop. I have both of these linked in the description below. Use your cookie scoop to scoop up about a 1 tablespoon amount of cookie. It could be a little bit more, and make sure they are approximately 2 inches apart on your cookie sheet. We are going to do this until the cookie sheet is full. My cookie scoop that I'm using right now is closer to 1.5 to 2 tablespoons, and that's okay. You just might need to bake them just a little bit longer than the suggested time. Okay, the oven is ready. We're going to go bake these in a preheated oven for 8 to 10 minutes at 350 degrees. You'll know when they're ready because the edges will start to brown, but they won't be completely brown. And they're going to be tasty and delicious. Allow these cookies to set and cool on the cookie sheet for about 5 minutes. That's to ensure that they don't fall apart when you're removing them from the pan. Then we're going to take a wire rack and remove the cookies and let them finish cooling on the wire rack. But let's be real, I'm probably going to eat some as soon as I place them on the wire rack. This recipe is so simple and delicious to make. You can even swap out and use different flavored chips that you would like, but butterscotch cookies are amazing. You have to try them, and you can get the full recipe linked in the description or just by going to dessertsonadime.com.
They already look and smell amazing. Now, once they've cooled completely at room temperature, they're ready to enjoy. Ooh, I love them. They're so gooey, so soft, and just the perfect flavor combinations. Now, you want them to look almost not quite done, but I promise they're still done, and they are just gooey and chewy and delicious. They're so good. You are going to love this cookie recipe. Now, I make these every year at Christmas time, but they're good to make year-round too because they are so popular. It's a nice classic cookie that everyone loves. We have linked the full recipe in the description below so that you can follow our easy step-by-step instructions. Now, if you are like me and you have trouble resisting all the cookies, don't worry. You can only bake half of the dough and freeze the rest of the dough for later. We have linked the full instructions on how to freeze cookie dough. I love doing this so that you can bake cookies whenever you're craving them, any time of the year. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining me in my sister's kitchen, and I will see you next time. Bye.